My name is Shailesh Pawar, and in this session, we are going to write and run our first Java program, and we are going to understand the structure of Java program in detail. So, जैसा मैंने कहा, हम लोग अपना फर्स्ट जावा प्रोग्राम इस सेशन में देखने वाले हैं. So obviously, I'm going to टाइप द एंटायर प्रोग्राम. हम लोग उस प्रोग्राम को कंपाइल करेंगे. मैं उसे रन करने की पूरी प्रोसीजर तुम लोगों को बताऊंगा, एंड देन इवेंचुअली हम लोगों को उस पूरे प्रोग्राम का स्ट्रक्चर अच्छे से समझना है. ट्रस्ट मी ऑन दिस दैट कंपेयर्ड विद सी एंड सी प्लस प्लस, एक जावा प्रोग्राम का स्ट्रक्चर थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होता है, बट यस, even in simplest Java programs, we are going to understand lots of concepts. एक सिंपल हेलो भी लिखना है अगर जावा में, तो भी ऐसे बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो हम लोगों को उस प्रोग्राम के थ्रू समझ में आ जाएगी, या ऐसे बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स हैं जो उस एक जावा प्रोग्राम के बारे में हम लोगों को समझने पड़ेंगे, याद रखने पड़ेंगे. सो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट हियर इज दैट इफ वी वांट आवर जावा प्रोग्राम to be compiled and executed on our machine, the software, the development kit that we will have to install on our machine is known as JDK. उसे JDK stands for Java Development Kit. So JDK is the software that we will have to install on our machine so that we would be able to compile and run Java program on our machine. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now. So as I told you, we want Java Development Kit, that is JDK, to be present on our machine. Now, if you would talk about various versions of Java, Java 14 is the latest version of Java available in market. So obviously, latest version of JDK that we have is JDK 14 available in the market. But trust me on this, भले ही Java 14 is the latest version of Java, but Java 8 and Java 11 are the only versions जिनके लिए Oracle वालों ने long term support provide करके रखा हुआ है. Or in a way, we can say that these are the only stable versions of Java. And that's why I would always suggest you that you people install either JDK 8 on your machine or JDK 11 on your machine. या तो JDK 8 या JDK 11, इन दो में से कोई भी एक JDK अगर तुम लोग इंस्टॉल कर लोगे अपने मशीन पे, तो that would be better. So what we are going to do in this particular session is we are going to stick to JDK 8. तो मैंने JDK 8 या कोई लोग इसे JDK 1.8 भी बोलते हैं, है ना, दोनों तरीके से बोला जाता है. तो मेरे मशीन पे मैंने JDK 1.8 को इंस्टॉल करके रखा हुआ है यहाँ पे. ओके, सो द फर्स्ट एंड देन द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज, जैसे मैंने मेरे फर्स्ट लेक्चर में कहा था और से सेकेंड लेक्चर में कहा था, दैट जावा इज अ फ्री प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज, व्हिच मींस in order to use Java to develop software on your machine, you need not to buy any license, right? So JDK 1.8 or say JDK 8, you may call it in any of the ways, both are available free over the internet, है ना. दोनों भी, मतलब कोई JDK 1.8 रहने दो या JDK 11 रहने दो, है ना, फ्रीली अवेलेबल है इंटरनेट पे. तो we will just have to go over the internet, search over the Google, and we will easily find out its setup. Now, depending on which machine you are using, whether you are using Windows or Linux or say any iOS platform, you will have to select the specific download. You will have to download it, you will have to install it on your machine. And as I am working with Windows machine here, मेरे पास तो Windows 10 मशीन पे मैं यहाँ पे काम कर रहा हूँ. तो अगर प्रॉपरली इंस्टॉल हो जाता है तो इफ यू वुड ओपन योर सी ड्राइव, अगर हम लोग सी ड्राइव में जाते हैं तो सी ड्राइव में जाने के बाद वी विल हैव टू गो इनसाइड प्रोग्राम फाइल्स फोल्डर. Now inside program files folder you should be able to see a folder called as Java. Now many people generally do commit this mistake that they install multiple versions of Java on the same machine. I would always suggest you to keep yourself away from this, because at times development में बहुत सारे issues आ सकते हैं, path setting में बहुत सारे issues आ सकते हैं. So it is always better that you install only one version of Java on your machine at a time. So जैसा मैंने कहा, C drive में program files के अंदर you should be able to see this Java folder. Now if you go inside that Java folder, as I had told you, मेरे machine पे मैंने JDK 1.8 और से JDK 8 install करके रखा हुआ है. तो you should be able to see two folders here, JDK 1.8 and then JRE 1.8. Now what is JRE? We people have already discussed about this in our previous lecture. I not only want to write Java program on my machine here, I want to execute it also. मुझे सिर्फ लिखना ही नहीं है, मुझे उसे execute भी करना. And as we all know, if you want Java program to be executed on your machine, you must have JRE present on your machine. So generally when people install JDK, JRE भी install हो जाएगा तुम्हारे machine पे. So I'll go inside this JDK folder, and then you should be able to see these folders or say related files present here. So this simply means that yes, Java has been installed on your machine, and as far as my machine is concerned, वहाँ पे JDK 1.8 को install करके रखा हुआ. So this is all about installation. Once you have JDK present on your machine, now we are good to go. We can always write and execute our program. Okay. So the beauty of Java is that if you want Java program to be written and executed, you need not to install any fancy softwares on your machine, just JDK. And the second most basic thing that you would require is going to be Notepad. I guess rather Notepad would be available on all machines. So I'm going to open up a Notepad file here. I'll go to File, say New. I have opened up a Notepad file here, and then we are going to start writing our program. So what are we going to do in this particular program? We are just going to print some message on our screen, say hello world or say hi world, any message. We just want to print a message on our screen. That's it. The moment my program would be executed, so a certain message would be printed on screen and the program would end. Now we are going to start writing our code. Let's see what do we have to write to achieve this particular thing. See, if not purely object oriented, Java is highly object oriented language. And if that is true, we are going to write every executable code in our program inside class. So the first thing that I'm going to start doing here is I'm going to start creating a class. So I would simply say class. You can give any name to your class. It would always be better that you start with a capital letter, and then you can give any name. I have given the name as say a demo, and then I'm going to start with those opening and closing curly braces. Now inside this class demo, see, I had already told you that Java is a programming language which is highly inspired from C and C++. So in case of C and C++ also, we used to consider main function as the starting point of our program. Similar is the case in case of Java. Java में भी यही case हम लोगों को दिखाई देगी, that if program's execution is to be started, it would always be started from main method. Program का execution हमेशा main method से start होने वाला है. So how do we write main method inside Java? We write it in this particular format: public static void main in bracket we will have to say this. And now I'm going to start writing code for our main method. And then inside this, as I want a certain message to be printed on screen, I'll simply say system.out.println, and I'm going to write certain code here or say certain message here. I'll simply say system.out.println hi world. So I've ended my statement here. Okay. So this is one of the simplest Java programs available. See, we are just going to print hi world on screen. Now, why have I declared the main method as void? Now, why the return type of the main method has been specified as void? Why have I declared main method with these modifiers public and static? What is this string array doing here? Now, why have we used this array? Now, exactly how the things are going to get printed on screen, we are going to see everything in detail afterwards. So initially, we are just going to see how a Java program is written and compiled and executed. Let's see. So this is the code that I have written here. Now we need to see how this Java program is compiled and executed. So I have written my code. Now I'm going to save this file. So I'll go to save as. Say I'm going to save this file inside on my machine inside E drive and inside a folder called as lecture_programs. It's up to you. You can save your Java program at any place on your computer. किसी भी फोल्डर में किसी भी ड्राइव में तुम लोग तुम्हारे प्रोग्राम को सेव कर सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. I'm going to save it inside this E drive lecture_programs folder. So I'll go to file name. Now, very important part, you can give any name to your Java program file. कोई भी नाम हम लोग अपने प्रोग्राम को दे सकते हैं. So I'm going to give it as say first prg dot Java. Now, in case of Windows, we will have to be very much careful here. Save as type. If you could see here, save as type, it has been specified as text documents *.txt. Instead of using this type, you'll have to select all files here. You need to be careful about this, because at times, see, I have already given the extension .java, but at times it happens that Windows operating system itself will give you one more extension, and then final name of the file would become something like firstprg.java.txt. We don't want this to be implemented. We want extension of this file to be .java only. That's why I have selected save as type as all files. ठीक है, और फिर हम लोग यहाँ पे save बटन पे क्लिक कर देंगे, and now our program has been saved. If you want to have a look at it, I'll show you here. As you can see there on your screen, this first PRG file is being specified, and in type, as you can see there, it has been clearly specified that it's a Java file. Okay, so please keep that thing in mind, that while saving the file, we will provide the extension as .java, but we will have to understand that we will have to select the file type as all files instead of .txt, all files. So my program has been saved inside this E drive lecture_programs folder. Now we have saved our program. Now we need to compile it and run it. उसको कंपाइल करना है और इस प्रोग्राम को अब एग्जीक्यूट करना है. तो जैसा मैंने बोला था, JDK is the software that would be required if we want to compile and run our Java program. So JDK is already available on my machine. Now we just have to check how are we going to compile and run this program. Now, most of you are going to face one issue here. See, if you want your program to be compiled and executed, अगर तुम लोग तुम्हारे प्रोग्राम को compile and execute करना चाहते हो, तो the command that is used in Java is javac. So javac is the command used to compile Java program, and then Java is the command used to run Java program. So these are the two commands that we will have to keep in mind. Javac is the command which is used to compile your Java program. Javac stands for Java compiler. And then Java is the command which is used to run our Java program. So if you could recollect the previous lectures, previous sessions that we had seen, I had told you that JVM is the thing which runs your Java program. JVM अपने Java program को run करता है. तो in order to activate JVM, the command that is used is Java. And during compilation, we don't require JVM. कंपाइल करने के लिए JVM की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है. कंपाइल करने के लिए जावा का कंपाइलर होना चाहिए और उसे एक्टिवेट करने के लिए, उसे यूज करने के लिए the command that is used is Java. Now, जैसा मैंने बोला था that you all people are going to face one issue here, that whenever you would try to run your Java program or say compile your Java program, you would see this particular error present on your screen. ये particular error आने के full chances है यहाँ पे. See, मैंने यहाँ पे javac command को type करके रखा हुआ है, and the moment I pressed enter, system showed me an error saying javac is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program or batch file. तो अब इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है कि विंडोज ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम को जावासी कमांड कैसे काम करती है, जावासी नाम की कोई कमांड भी प्रेजेंट होती है, इसके बारे में कुछ भी पता नहीं होता बाय डिफॉल्ट. बिकॉज जावासी, जावा, these all commands belong to Java people. These are not the commands from Windows operating system, or these are not the commands from Linux operating system or from iOS operating system. You are going to face this particular issue in all platforms. Initially, you would see this, that javac is not being recognized as an internal or external command. So how are we going to resolve this issue? हम लोग इस issue को resolve कैसे करेंगे? See, इस issue को resolve करने के दो तरीके हैं. First जो option है वो ये है कि जहां पे हम लोगों ने जावा को इंस्टॉल करके रखा है, जो मैंने बोला था कि सी ड्राइव में प्रोग्राम फाइल्स में जावा फोल्डर, उसमें जेडीके 1.8 फोल्डर, एंड देन इनसाइड दैट गो टू बिन फोल्डर. जैसा मैंने बोला था, फर्स्ट ऑप्शन ये है दैट इंस्टेड ऑफ सेविंग योर प्रोग्राम्स एनीवेयर एल्स ऑन योर मशीन, it would always be better that you save your programs inside this bin folder only. If you are going to do so, you will never face any issue saying javac is not being recognized as an internal or external command, because इस bin folder के अंदर ही तुम लोगों को ये javac command present दिखाई देगी and java command भी present दिखाई देगी, है ना. वहां पे जाने के बाद विंडोज तुम लोगों को ये इश्यू देने वाला नहीं है. So the first option is that you save your program inside this bin folder only. जो भी तुम्हारा जावा का इंस्टॉलेशन है उसके अंदर जो जेडीके के फोल्डर के अंदर जो बिन फोल्डर है, एक तो उसके अंदर ही प्रोग्राम को सेव करके रखो, है ना, पहला तरीका. बट यू पीपल, एवरीबडी would like to have flexibility in such terms that it should be possible for us to save our Java program anywhere on our machine. तो वो वाला काम हम लोग कैसे करेंगे? तो वो वाला काम करने के लिए अब मैं आगे की प्रोसीजर तुम लोगों को बता रहा हूँ. जैसे in our particular example only, I had saved my program inside this inside a folder called as lecture_programs, which was present inside E drive on my machine. So I don't want my program to be saved inside a bin folder of JDK. So what should I do here? इसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा हम लोगों को? सिंपल काम है. As far as Windows 10 is concerned, go to this particular part, type here to search and type advanced system settings. As you can see there, the first option has come up, view advanced system settings option. You just have to click on that option. And the moment you will do that, you will see this particular dialog present on, displayed on your screen, system properties dialog, and by default this advanced tab will be selected. If this tab has not been selected, you just have to click on this tab, advanced tab, and now we will have to click on environment variables button here. The moment you are going to do that, this particular environment variables dialog would be displayed on your screen. Now we will have to go to, see, there are two sections here, user variables for admin and then system variables. We will have to go to system variables part. हम लोगों को system variables part पे जाना, and there you would see a variable present with the name path. Path नाम का variable यहाँ पे present दिखाई देगा तुम लोगों को. We will have to click on it, and we will have to click on, we will have to select it, and we will have to click on edit button here. Again, one more dialog box would be shown. As you can see there, edit environment variable has been written on this dialog box. And then if you would see, there are multiple environment variables specified here, out of which, look at the last one. See, this particular entry was made by me earlier, and that's why this entry is present here. By default, you would not see this particular path present here. And if you would see this path clearly, अगर इसको observe करोगे, clearly यहाँ पे दिख रहा है कि C drive program files /java/jdk1.8/bin, ये पूरा path यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है. And this is the path जहाँ पे तुम्हारा वो JDK 1.8 का bin का folder available है. And this bin folder के अंदर ही अपने वो दो commands available है, javac and java, with the commands that we want to compile and that we are going to use to compile and run our Java program. So the point here is कि by default यहाँ पे ये path present होना बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरी है. अगर ये path यहाँ पे present है, तो you should be able to compile and run your Java program present at any location on your machine. But अगर ये बात यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ नहीं है, present नहीं है, तो हम लोगों को obviously उसे वहां पर add करना पड़ेगा. So how are we going to add this? So let's consider कि ये path यहाँ पे present नहीं है, तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे यहाँ पे? We just have to click on edit text. It will show you a message box saying this will discard any changes made in this dialog and edit value as text instead. So you just have to click on OK, and now edit system variable dialog box would be shown to you, out of which you will have to go at the end of it, and यहाँ पे तुम लोग देख सकते हो मैंने ये path पेस्ट करके रखा हुआ है ना. So जो previous value रहेगी, previous value यहां से कुछ स्टार्ट हो रही है, उसके बाद हम लोगों को यहाँ पे एक सेमीकोलन स्पेसिफाई करना, एंड सेमीकोलन स्पेसिफाई करने के बाद उसके आगे ये पूरा पाथ हम लोगों को लिखना. नाउ क्वेश्चन you people might be wondering कि सर हम लोगों को ये पाथ याद कैसे रहेगा? तुम लोगों को बाहर वगैरह कुछ भी करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You just have to go to your bin folder. ये जो JDK का bin folder था वहां तक जाओ, यहाँ पे क्लिक करो ऊपर. You will see the path. You just have to copy that path. You will have to come up here. जैसा मैंने बोला था, सेमीकोलन देने के बाद इस path को यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर दो. And you will just have to click on OK. That's it. And keep on clicking on OK to dismiss all the open dialog boxes. Now we have set up our path for the bin folder, path for the javac and java commands which are present inside bin folder of JDK. ये path हम लोगों ने setup कर दिया है. Now if you would open up your command prompt and if you would type javac and press enter, you should see the documentation regarding javac command on your screen. Now as you can clearly see here, we are not seeing any message on our screen saying javac is not being recognized as an internal or external command. It might happen on your machines that once you have set up the path, और यहाँ पे आके जैसे ही तुम लोग command prompt open करके javac command type करोगे, path setup करने के बाद भी कभी-कभी error आता है saying still javac command is not being recognized as internal or external command. In such scenario, अगर हम लोगों ने, मैंने जो प्रोसीजर पूरी बताई है, अगर वो पूरी प्रोसीजर तुम लोगों ने प्रॉपरली फॉलो कर ली है तो इश्यू कुछ भी नहीं है. यू जस्ट हैव टू रिस्टार्ट योर मशीन, और एक बार तुम लोग अपने मशीन को रिस्टार्ट कर दोगे तो वो एनवायरमेंट वेरिएबल इफेक्ट में आ जाएगा. सो या हमेशा याद रखिएगा आप लोग दैट if you are going to set up any system environment variable, है ना, it might require you to restart your machine so that the system environment variables will take their effect, है ना. वो system environment variables सेव होने के लिए, उसका इफेक्ट आने के लिए कभी कभी मशीन को रिस्टार्ट करना पड़ सकता है. तो नाउ वी आर ऑल सेट, है ना. हम लोग यहाँ पे पूरी तरीके से रेडी हैं. मैंने पाथ वगैरह सब कुछ सेटअप करके रखा है. एंड एज यू कैन सी ऑन माई स्क्रीन, inside this command prompt, I'm already inside E drive and lecture_programs folder, जहां पे मैंने मेरे प्रोग्राम को सेव करके रखा हुआ है. show you once again. This is the path. E drive में lecture_programs folder वहां पे है हम लोग, और यहाँ पे ये first prg.java file present है. So we are just going to compile this program first. In order to compile our program, we will have to say java c space name of the program dot java. एक चीज यहाँ पे हमेशा हम लोगों को याद रखनी है that java is highly case sensitive language. So please तुम लोगों ने तुम्हारे फाइल को जिस किसी भी जो कोई भी केस यूज करके सेव करके रखा होगा, उसका जो नाम जिस केस में लिखा होगा एग्जैक्टली उसी केस में हमें यहाँ पे उस नाम को लिखना है. .java एक्सटेंशन स्पेसिफाई करना मत भूलना. And now we are going to press enter to run this command. But before we press enter, पहले अपने फोल्डर में जाके देख लेते हैं कि फोल्डर में कितनी फाइल्स प्रेजेंट है, उस फोल्डर में जहां पे मैंने मेरे प्रोग्राम को सेव किया. सो बाय डिफॉल्ट यहाँ पे देख सकते हो 2 फाइल्स प्रेजेंट है, फर्स्ट prg.java और ये जो न्यू टेक्स्ट डॉक्यूमेंट मैंने ओपन करके रखा हुआ था वो, उसको रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. अगर चाहो तो तुम लोग उसको डिलीट भी कर सकते हो. So ideally now I have only one file present in my lecture_programs folder, that is first prg.java. Now once we are going to compile this program, as I had told you in previous lectures, whenever a Java program is compiled, it gets converted into bytecode. Program compile होने के बाद bytecode में convert हो जाता है, और bytecode को contain करने वाले फाइल का extension होता है .class file. एंड मैंने ये भी बताया था तुम लोगों को कि जितने क्लासेस रहेंगे प्रोग्राम में उतनी क्लास फाइल्स जनरेट होने वाली हैं. जितने क्लासेस रहेंगे उतनी क्लास फाइल्स जनरेट होने वाली हैं. सो द पॉइंट हियर इज इन आवर प्रोग्राम देयर इज ओनली वन क्लास. अपने प्रोग्राम में सिर्फ एक क्लास है, क्लास डेमो. दिस इज द कोड. सो अगर मैं इस प्रोग्राम को कंपाइल करता हूं यहाँ पे, तो आइडियली यहाँ पे एक ही क्लास फाइल जनरेट होनी चाहिए विद द नेम demo.class. अगर मेरे प्रोग्राम में 10 क्लासेस होते तो 10 क्लास फाइल्स जनरेट हो जाती. ठीक है. सो विल गो टू कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट. मैंने यहाँ पे जावा सी कमांड लिख के रखी हुई है, फर्स्ट prg.java लिखा है. वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू प्रेस एंटर. अगर मेरे प्रोग्राम में कोई भी सिंटैक्टिकल मिस्टेक्स होते, कोई भी ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक्स होते हैं एज फार एज जावा लैंग्वेज ग्रामर इज कंसर्न, तो यहाँ पे कंपाइलर कोई ना कोई एरर डिस्प्ले कर देता. बट एज यू कैन सी दैट no error is being displayed on screen, which means our program has been compiled successfully. Now let's go back to our folder जहाँ पे हम लोगों ने प्रोग्राम को रखा था. Now as you can see there are 2 files being displayed. First our program file, that is first prg.java, and then the second file which is a class file. Type वाले पार्ट में देख सकते हैं हम लोग class file करके लिखा. What is the name of the file? demo.class. This is the file which is containing the bytecode which has been generated after we had compiled our first prg.java program. So the bytecode has been generated here, class file has been generated. We would like to run it. In order to run it, I would have to say java space name of the class which contains main method. Now this point is very, very important here. We will, whenever we are going to run our program, we will have to use java command followed by a space, and then after that space we will have to specify name of that class which contains main method. Now ऐसा क्वेश्चन तुम लोगों के मन में आ सकता है कि सर why can't Java automatically find out the class which contains main method? Why do we have to specify the name of the class here? See, actually speaking, in a single Java program, you can specify n number of classes, and all of those classes can contain main method inside them. It is not at all mandatory that as far as a single program is concerned, only one class should contain main method in it. सारे classes के पास main method हो सकती है, and in that case, JVM or say JRE would become confused that exactly which particular main method of a class is to be executed, or say exactly main method of which class is to be executed. So इसलिए we will have to specify the name of the class which contains main method, so that JVM would consider that particular main method of that particular class as the starting point of your program. So मैंने लिखा Java space demo. Again याद रखना आप सब लोग that demo is the name of the class which contains main method here. Okay, so now I'm going to press enter, and the moment I did so, as you can see there on our screen, hi world has been displayed, which means our program got executed. So this is how we write a Java program, and this is how we compile it, and this is how we run it. See, setting the JDK path or say bin path is going to be only a one-time procedure. It's going to be only a one-time effort. Once you have set the system environment variable correctly, you would never have to keep on doing this for every time you would be using your computer. It would get saved permanently on your machine unless and until you go and make changes into it. तो वो एक वन टाइम एफर्ट है, वो एक टाइम की प्रोसीजर तुम लोगों ने कर दी, तो बाद में बार बार तुम लोगों को कहीं पे भी पाथ सेटअप करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Now on this particular machine, I can save my Java program inside any folder in any location. किसी भी फोल्डर में किसी भी लोकेशन में मैं जावा प्रोग्राम को यहाँ पे सेव कर सकता हूँ. And this is how, see, again मैं बता देता हूँ यहाँ पे javac is the command which is used to compile your Java program, and then Java is the command which is used to run your Java program. But whenever you are going to write Java command, you will have to specify name of that class which contains main method. Okay, so our program has been compiled and executed. Now we will have to check what code has been written inside the program, or what is the structure of our Java program. जैसा मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले ही कहा था, Java is, if not purely object oriented, Java is highly object oriented language, and in case of Java, every executable statement has to be written inside a class only. That's why we had created our class, say class demo. Now inside this class we had written our main method, similar to C and C++. Even Java considers main method as the starting point of the program. Now you must have noticed this thing, that instead of calling main as function, I am calling it as method, because this is overall the concept followed in Java, or say tradition followed in Java, that in case of Java, people don't call code blocks or say named code blocks as functions, they call it as method. So main is a method here. So main method has been written and it contains certain code. Okay. Now we are going to find out why have we declared this main method as public, then static, and then why the return type of the main method is considered to be void. So let's first focus on these three keywords that we have used here: public, static, and void. Now, why main method has been declared as public? Why don't we see main method being declared as public in case of C++, and in case of C? See, in case of C is not at all an object-oriented programming language. So C does not have concept of access modifiers. So वहां पे तो ये discussion आना ही नहीं चाहिए. As far as C++ is concerned, yes, C++ is an object-oriented programming language, but if you would see a C program, we always write main function outside any class in C. We don't write main function inside a class in C++. Sorry, we don't write any main function inside a class in C++. We always write it outside a class in C++. So it doesn't matter at all, or say use of access modifiers is not at all required in case of C++. As such मेरा जो मेन फंक्शन है वो क्लास के बाहर ही, तो वहां पे उसका एक्सेस रिस्ट्रिक्ट करने के लिए या एक्सेस सब लोगों को अलाउ करने का तो पॉइंट ही नहीं आता. दैट्स व्हाई C++ में मेन मेथड के सामने, मेन फंक्शन के सामने तुम लोगों को पब्लिक कीवर्ड दिखाई नहीं देगा, बिकॉज मेन फंक्शन ऑलरेडी क्लास के बाहर. पर जैसा मैंने कहा, जावा इज एन हाईली ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड लैंग्वेज. In case of Java, we always write executable statement or say functions or say methods inside class, and that's why use of access modifier for your main method becomes important here. Which access modifier have we used here? So the access modifier that we have used is public. And why have we declared main method as public? See, as we all know, JVM is the component which is going to execute our Java program, which means JVM is going to be the person who is going to call this main method. And for anything present inside a class, if it is to be accessed from outside the class, it has to be declared as what? Public. So simple words में JVM इस main method को call करने वाला है, और JVM क्लास के बाहर प्रेजेंट है. तो क्लास के बाहर से क्लास के अंदर की अगर कौन सी चीजों को एक्सेस किया जा सकता है, तो उन्हीं चीजों को एक्सेस किया जा सकता है जिनको पब्लिक डिक्लेयर करके रखा हो. पब्लिक मींस द थिंग्स आर क्वालिफाइड टू बी एक्सेस्ड फ्रॉम आउटसाइड द क्लास आल्सो. सो जेवीएम इस मेन मेथड को क्लास के बाहर से कॉल करेगा, इसलिए मेन मेथड को पब्लिक डिक्लेयर करके रखा है, सो दैट जेवीएम उसको क्लास के बाहर से एक्सेस कर पाए. देन विल कम टू दिस पार्ट, void. See, void is the return type here. void एक यहाँ पे मेन मेथड का रिटर्न टाइप है. एंड इन एज फार एज जावा इज कंसर्न, मेन मेथड इज नॉट सपोज टू रिटर्न एनी वैल्यू, एंड इसीलिए यहाँ पे रिटर्न टाइप void डिक्लेयर करके रखा हुआ है, which is going to signify that yes, this main method is not going to return any value. Now this important part, why main method has been declared as static. अब इसे समझना बहुत जरूरी है, so please pay attention here. This is going to be a little bit difficult to understand. So जैसा मैंने अभी कहा था, who is going to call our main method? JVM is going to call our main method. Is JVM present inside our class? So answer is no, it is present outside the class. So from outside the class, it should be able to call our main method. That's why we had declared the method as public. This point is done. But even though you have declared your method as public, in order to call this method, in order to call this main method, JVM must have object of class with it, then only it would be able to call this method. मतलब अगर इस मेन मेथड को, भले ही मैंने मेन मेथड को पब्लिक डिक्लेयर करके रखा है, फिर भी अगर JVM इसको कॉल करना चाहता है, तो कॉल करने के लिए सबसे पहले JVM के पास ये जो क्लास है अपना डेमो, जिसके अंदर ये मेन मेथड है, उस क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट JVM के पास होना चाहिए. See, these are the basic things that you must have learned in case of C++. If you want to access anything present inside a class, the first thing that you must have with you is that the object of the class. तुम्हारे पास अगर ऑब्जेक्ट क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट प्रेजेंट होगा तो ही हम लोग अंदर की चीजों को एक्सेस कर पाएंगे, अदरवाइज हम लोग अंदर की चीजों को एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते. देयर इज नो चांस एट ऑल. सो अगर यहाँ पे JVM मेन मेथड को एग्जीक्यूट करना चाह रहा है, मेन मेथड को कॉल करना चाह रहा है, तो JVM के पास डेमो क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट प्रेजेंट होना जरूरी है. तो अब क्वेश्चन ये आ जाता है कि क्या JVM डेमो क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट कर सकता है? तो आंसर इज नो. व्हाई सो? आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू दिस पॉइंट इन कंस्ट्रक्टर टॉपिक. जब कंस्ट्रक्टर का टॉपिक आएगा तब मैं तुम लोगों को ये रीजन भी बताऊंगा कि व्हाई इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर JVM टू क्रिएट ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ डेमो क्लास. So the point should be very much clear here, that if JVM wants to call main method, JVM must have object of demo class with it, but due to some valid reasons JVM के पास demo class का object कभी present नहीं होगा. तो अब क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि अगर जेवीएम के पास डेमो क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट प्रेजेंट नहीं है तो वो मेन मेथड को कॉल कैसे करेगा, क्योंकि मेन मेथड तो क्लास के अंदर बैठी हुई है. सो दैट इज द रीजन we have declared the main method as static, because now keep this thing in mind, because the moment you declare any member of the class as static, in order to use that member, in order to call that member, you need not to have object of the class with you. अगर हम लोगों को क्लास के अंदर की किसी भी मेंबर को एक्सेस करना है और अगर अपने पास क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट प्रेजेंट नहीं है तो उस मेंबर को स्टैटिक डिक्लेयर करना पड़ेगा. तो अगर वो मेंबर स्टैटिक है तो उसे एक्सेस करने के लिए क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट अपने पास प्रेजेंट होने की जरूरत नहीं है. We would be able to access the member of the class without using the object of the class. So जैसा मैंने कहा था, JVM के पास डेमो क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट प्रेजेंट नहीं है, फिर भी उसे उस मेन मेथड को कॉल करना है. मेन मेथड पब्लिक तो डिक्लेयर करके रखी है, बट ऑब्जेक्ट डेमो क्लास का JVM के पास अवेलेबल नहीं है, तो इसीलिए मैंने मेन मेथड को स्टैटिक डिक्लेयर करके रखा है, सो दैट भले ही जेवीएम के पास क्लास डेमो क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट प्रेजेंट ना हो, फिर भी वो मेन मेथड को कॉल कर पाए. See, this particular discussion is very important because you will be asked such kind of questions in all the Java related interviews. सारे इंटरव्यूज में ये क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है, most of the interviews में freshers के लिए, कि why main method has been declared as public and why main method has been declared as static. So this is one of the favorite questions of all the major IT companies, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज में ये क्वेश्चन हमेशा पूछा जाएगा कि मेन मेथड को स्टैटिक क्यों डिक्लेयर करके रखा है. तो in one statement we would like to summarize this thing as JVM wants to call main method without using object of the class, and that's why the main method has been declared as static. That's it. Now आगे बढ़ते हैं. यहाँ पे ये जो स्ट्रिंग एरे यहाँ पे लिख के रखा है, इसका यहाँ पे क्या काम है, तो याद रखना, this string array is there to handle the concept of command line arguments. Now what are command line arguments? We are going to see that particular part in the next session. So for time being, we will leave this discussion of this particular part, that why this string array has been specified here. For time being, you can keep this thing in mind, that this string array is there to handle the concept of command line arguments. Okay. And then अब इस particular statement के पास आ जाते हैं, system.out.println hi world. See, as far as Java is concerned, we don't have concept of printf or scanf as directly available functions. If you want anything to be printed on screen, this is the way in which we print it on screen. System.out.println. Println is the method here, which belongs to this object called as out. Okay, and this out object is a predefined object which is present inside class called as system. So system is also a predefined class which contains an object out as its member, and println is the method that belongs to this out object. We are going to see this thing in detail also, that why this thing has been written as, this particular statement has been written as system.out.println only, but we'll be seeing this in coming sessions. But for time being, you can keep this thing in mind, that if you want any message to be printed on screen in Java, you will have to say system.out.println, and then inside those round brackets, inside double quotes, you will specify the message that you would like to display on your screen. This is it. So in this particular session, we saw how a Java program is written, how is it saved, how is it compiled, and how is it executed, the concept of JDK, the concept of setting path in case of Windows machine. Okay. Now we'll be coming up with the discussion about command line arguments and then various aspects of Java programming language in coming sessions. Thank you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now.